just in case you thought that you had enough means to iterate through collections, like with each, or excuse me, for each, map, all that kind of stuff, I thought I would let you know that there just happens to be even more ways coming out with ES6. So in particular, the for of loop. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about the for of loop in this section. The for of loop is used for iterating through arrays of data. So if you're thinking to yourself, we already did for each and map and all those other helpers, why are we doing this? You already told us that using for loops was a bad approach. And the answer is, yeah, that's totally correct, we did. But for of loops have one incredibly interesting tie into another topic that we're going to talk about in just a moment called generators. So for now, I just want to put up a very quick example of a for of loop, just so we have a kind of a general idea of how they work. And then we're going to go off and talk about generators and see how they all are connected together. So I'm going to create an array of colors, and then we're going to, we want to iterate through this list of colors. Just, nothing too bad. Using the for of loop looks like this. So we'll say for, just like we did with the normal for loop, but then the interior looks a little bit different. So this is a for of loop. And so that terminology I'm using there is coming from for, this word right here, of. So that's where for of comes from. What's happening here is we are iterating through every element of colors. And so the variable color right here would be set first to red, then green, and then blue. So let's see what this works, how this works. I should be able to then call console log of color. And if I open up my terminal, I'll see, yep, red, green, and blue. I can use for of loops for just about anything that I might use for each loops, or reduce, map, all that kind of great stuff I can re-implement with for. Let's look at one more quick example. I might make an array of numbers, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then say let total is 0. Now I'll say I just want to sum up all these numbers. So another classic example, something you would normally do with reduce. So I might say for let number of numbers. Let's take our total plus equals number, and at the very end our total is, sure enough, 10. Just what we would expect. So again, for of loops are just about iterating through an array of data. It's another tool in our toolbox for iteration. I still highly recommend that you use for each or map or reduce, all these different helper methods. But as I mentioned earlier, we're going to continue on to the next section and start talking about generators, and eventually come back to a tie-in between generators and for of loops. So let's go on and talk about generators for a little bit and figure out what the tie is between these different topics.